What is going up, guys? This is the Flamespot here, and we are back with a brand new paper games video. And this video has come out a little bit later, but that is because I have been traveling in a car for so long. And on my car ride, I was like, well, you know what? What would make this a more fun 18-hour-long car ride than to actually make some paper games? So that's exactly what I did. And I made just a few paper games and other games that you can play on the road if you guys are in a long car trip, or if maybe this is a short car trip and you just want to have something to do. So, like always with all my trips I go on, I bring my journal and I bring a pencil and something to write on just in case if thoughts like these happen. Now, we're going to go into the first game. Now, this first game, let's just say that this brick is your car and you are going to be driving. Since I'm in America, we drive on this side of the road, not that. I don't know how European people do it, but okay. So let's just say that this is our car, this Lego brick, and we are driving along. Now, the first game is basically you're going to cover your eyes for like around 10 seconds so that you don't see the road in front of you. You do not want to see the road in front of you. Then you're going to just think to yourself and guess which side will a sign or a billboard, just appear on. Like, which side will it appear on first, my left or my right? And you're just going to say that. This is a simple game first, and we're going to get into a more fun one. However, this is just the first one, and you're just going to think that. So let's say you are right here in the road, and you are like, oh man, you're just at the start of this little map thing right here, and you say, alright, I think there's going to be a sign on the left. And whenever I say left, then that means anything in the median or like the middle grassy part, or even on the other side of the road. So like you see up here, there's a billboard. If you said to the right, if you were like right here, you said to the right, then you would be wrong because the billboard came first. But let's just say you said, alright, I think there's going to be something to the left. Well, the next sign is to the right, so you wouldn't get a point there. And then if you're here and you say left again, you get a point. If you go here and you say right, then like I said before, the next sign that comes up is this billboard, so that means that you wouldn't get a point. So basically this is just a point-based thing. There's no rewards, of course, but it's just like something to do if you're just like trying to figure out and predict where the next sign will be. Now, that was a very simple game. Here's the next paper game. This one is actually going to be pretty fun. This is an actual paper game idea. So what you're going to do, you're going to, of course, you don't need to draw the map unless you want to. However, this one is especially for on the road. You're going to draw a little arena. So as you can see, I have my character, which my guy's just holding an axe and he's like crouched in a ready position, and I'm against T-Rex man, or T-Rexman, however you want to say it. But it looks like he has a T-Rex face and he's a stick figure but with claws. And so as you can see, I have them both have 30 health. Ooh, that focus. And then also I have speed, however there is nothing there. Now the point is while on the road, you're going to go with your character first and you're going to try to get his speed. Now, to get this stat, you have to, whatever the first number of the first sign that has numbers on it is going to be your speed. So if you're right here, your first number over here is 6. So that means you would have 6 speed for this whole entire game. You wouldn't have 62 speed, you wouldn't have 2 speed, you would have the first number of the first number sign. So let's say if you're up here, and if you already passed that one, you looked, you saw 4, then that's what your speed would be. If you're up here, and you see that the billboard is the closest thing to you, and, well, I wish that wasn't exit 4 and only 4, but if there's a sign that has like 2 numbers on it, it's whichever one's to the top left. So since this 4 is on top, then you would take that 4. If that was like a 5 or something, you would still get the 4. Alright, so that's how you would get your speed. So let's just start from here, and let's say that I got a speed of 6. So I'm just going to write that in with pencil. And then the next speed is going to be the monster you're fighting. So that would be the 4. So that means the next monster has a speed of 4. Which means that you attack first. Now what this means is that you're going to go on as you're passing, and whatever number sign you see, of course first top left, is going to be the number of damage you do per attack. This has all to do with signs, with number signs. I know there are a few substitutions, but I will get onto that later. So the first number sign I see is to the top left is 4. And you can only have one attack per sign, or one stat gain per sign. So let's say if there was like a 4 or like a 4 and then like a 9 later on, you can't say, oh well, since I already used that 4, so I can use the 9 now on that sign. No, as soon as you take the number off that sign is done. You cannot use another number from that sign. So I did 4 damage. So I'm going to cross this out, and I'm just going to say, well, 30 minus 4 is 26. I can math, guys. So now the monster has 26. Now it's the monster's turn to attack, and it's the next sign. So you cannot see that well. However, there we go. That says speed 55. Now that just means that the first number of that, it was a 5, so that means he does 5 damage to me, which means I have 25 health. Now, let's just say that you might just keep doing this and you just go back and forth and hitting, and someone might lose. You might want to start with 20 health instead of 30. It just depends, because if there's like a lot of 9s in a row, then that's a fast battle, which is why I put 30 health. However, you're going to want a way to heal, or a way to get ahead in some way, or an easy way to win. This is where you can assign special numbers. Now, or symbols as well. Special numbers, so let's just say if you see a sign, any sign, it doesn't matter if it's your turn or not, and if it has a 3 on it, then you can heal yourself for 5 hit points. If you see something that has a 7 on it, then you can automatically hurt the other person for 4 or 5 hit points. And then you can also do this both ways, so if it's their turn, then they can just take that, or your opponent can heal. But to keep going on with this game with your character, I feel like it should only be negative things affect the monster, positive things that only affect you, just to make it more fun and keep the game going. So like I said, so he did 5 damage to me in the next sign, so 74 and 90, so I automatically see a 7, so he's going to take 5 damage already. However, since that's the first number on the left, top left, that's also going to be another 7 damage. So if that's at 47, then he would take the 5 damage automatically, and he would take 4 damage for it being on the top left. However, the 7 is the first number, so he will take 7. So 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 minus 26 is 14. So he has 14 health now. That sign is done. So we're going to go on. The next sign is wrong side. So that has no number on it, and that's totally fine. So you just go on to the next sign after that. That does have a number, which is 63. So the opposing monster is going to do 6 damage to you. However, if you remember, I just assigned 3 to be a special number that gives me 5 health. So I technically gain 5 health when he attacks me for 6. So he only hurts me for 1 health. So then I'll go down to 24, and so on. That's basically how it's going to go until you finally defeat your monster. Now, what I meant by special symbols is that you don't have to say a number or assign a number of special value. So like I said, if you get a 3 and you get 5 health, let's just say if you see a McDonald's sign or like a Burger King logo anywhere, so like you go by a small little town or something and you see a McDonald's or Burger King logo, then you can assign those to give you like 5 health or something. You don't have to do it numbers. It's just you might not see those as often as the numbers, but who knows. And markers usually come up a lot, so they're exits, mile markers, advertisements, billboards that say like whenever the next town is, and it's number markers are pretty common, so this game should never really stop. There should always be something to look for. So yeah, you would keep going until you defeat the monster. After you defeat the monster, then you're basically just going to erase it or cover it up or just like evolve it or something, like adding wings, and you're going to bring it all the way back up to 30 health, and you're going to start again. However, you're going to keep the same stats. So let's say I defeated it with 24 health and 6 speed. You're going to keep that 24 health and 6 speed. You're not going to gain, or you're not going to go back to normal. You're not going to gain a new speed. However, your opponent, the enemy, the monster, he's going to go back to 30 health. However, you redo the speed. So that you don't always attack first, or you don't always attack second. So since he had speed of 4 last time, let's just say you pass by underneath the town marker thing, and then you saw that the monster gained 7 attacks, so that means it would go first that time. So it just somewhat varies up it. And then you keep on going until your character dies, health goes to 0, of course, and basically that is the game. It's pretty fun, it's always active, and there's always something to look for. Alright, now, this last game doesn't really involve anything on paper. However, it's just a small little trick that I always like to do with my sister whenever we grew up. Whenever we saw a sign, this was just going to like a baseball game or to the mall or something, we'd always just figure out these little songs or like little stanzas that we would always say. So what you would do, you just look at a few of the signs and then you'd make like a little song or a chant with them. So one of them that I still remember from so long ago was East 80 up, no turn on red. And now as I think about it, that was only 3 signs worth of words. However, that little chant has always stayed in my head, and I've just always like thought of it whenever I saw any of those signs. So you can do the same thing here. So we have the word exit. You don't have to use the same words in order. You can go with any order you want as long as it sounds cool. You can try to make a sentence with every word on here and just see if it works out. So let's just try to make a word. So we have speed. Speed only west side. Speed only west side. Nah. Let's go speed west Concord 3. Speed west Concord side. There you go, that sounds pretty cool. Speed west Concord side. So it sounds like this guy named Speed West is, although the word is Concord, it sounds like conquer a bit, so like you take over the wrong side. Speed west conquers wrong side. So you can interpret words in different ways, and that was just a small little thing that you could do. Basically, that is pretty much the few paper games that I have. There's just the whole notebook. It only took up 2 pages, and of course, if you were actually on the road, then you wouldn't even need this page. You'd only have your monster page, so you can just do pages of monsters that you battle, and that would take up a lot of time, and you're always looking out the window, and then your parents will be like, why are you always on your phone or your electronic or something? And it's just a great way to take up time. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for this video. Yeah, that's basically it. So this is the Flame Spot, signing out.